Welcome back, everybody, to Forgotten Fates, a Dungeons and Dragons 3.5 edition campaign. We are currently in our second season, week number 5. This is our number 2. We've met up with a traveling farmer and minstrel city that is seeking refuge from the impending volcano eruption. And I believe Kel is attempting to learn all their secrets.
That sounds about right. So you had just gotten some scrolls from Stefan.
Mayor Stefan Wolf, yep.
Yeah, there's Stefan Wolf. And you and Andara, I believe, were about to enter discussion over this, right?
I don't know. He gave me the scrolls. He was asking about the name of the cave. He was trying to figure out something about that. I remember last, right?
Yeah, I think once he didn't really I was questioning outside of game if the name is like what the meaning of the name, if there's any additional meaning behind the name in Dwarf or Dwarven, but I don't think we got.
You weren't discussing that at all. Did you ask him what the name meant? The other guy?
No, I was asking
or?
Sragg,
Okay.
like in the context of the Dwarven world,
Okay.
Oh, what that name? It seems like it would be a name, actually, a surname.
Okay, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm looking at the information, as best I can while still navigating the cart.
I'm gonna pull aside and kind of while she's burying her face inside the scrolls or whatnot, talk with Ardo.
Okay.
So
you pull up to Ardo. You see that he's got something that he got out of the bank, and it looks like a small tablet, actually, 2 tablets together. And he's doing something on there. You're not sure what.
So, my wee friend, have you ever done much exploration of a dwarven tomb?
No.
Well, apparently it's already been picked clean, but I'm sure we can find something.
Okay.
Rumor has it there's traps, though.
Okay. I'm sure I can get a few of those.
Are you gonna disarm them, or are you gonna stop them with your face?
I'll probably disarm them.
I just rub my eyebrows for where they would be with that. Here in this.
I'll try to disarm them. My success rate hasn't been that good.
Excellent. What are you playing with there?
Oh, just drawings. Drawings of home. I turn it over and I show them pictures of a picture of a halfling hovel that I'm drawing.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
What's it called?
The Shire.
Dirt hole.
The can't say the other word.
Cobblestone. Cobblestone.
Interesting. Well, I'll leave you to it because you seem to be busy. Hey, Andara, did you find anything interesting in those scrolls?
Hmm?
You find anything interesting yet?
I'm just holding my finger up. Just a sec.
Oh, this is an exciting venture. I'm now talking to the bear.
Do I know anything? Have I learned anything else? What does they say?
Okay. You everything in there seemed to be basically what the mayor said, but in long form. He gave you a summary.
Okay.
It's just now you're seeing it firsthand, and the paper is pretty old.
Okay.
When you're getting a closer look at the drawings, didn't really get anything else out of it, though.
She's just sort of, yeah, if you're looking, she was just sort of reading and mouthing words as she's reading. She's like, like yada yada yada. Saying there's nothing much else in these, unfortunately. The Tomb of Cara Dune. I guess it might have been from the the person passing, or perhaps the guardian of the tomb, if I had to guess. I don't know. Perhaps there was some kind of legend about this beast or guardian that was guarding the tomb, and that's why it was named after this. That's always a possibility.
Interesting. Well, the
I
name
just sort of,
certainly sounds dwarven.
I hand the. Do you want to pass these back to the mayor for me, please? Thank you.
I write up and stick them back where we got them.
Okay. Fair enough. He just nods to you when you're doing that. He's in conversation with the driver right now, discussing a point to stop for the evening up ahead. It's a long distance ahead, but they're talking about how to get everyone in.
While we're going through this, are we seeing anything other outside of the caravan? Any kind of creatures, wildlife? What is the volcano doing?
There's still billowing ash and smoke coming out of the volcano, darkening the sky. From your experience in this, if you haven't found some type of good shelter by tomorrow at noon, it's really going to suck for you.
Am I seeing any kind of wildlife, or is it pretty much devoid of all life at this point?
You've noticed a lot of wildlife was moving last through the forest that mostly got ahead of you. You haven't seen any now. You're pretty sure the area is pretty much devoid of life at this point.
Okay.
Mr. Dwarf, maybe Kel might have some understanding of this tomb. Perhaps you could relay that information to him and see what he says.
All right.
Before Dermot rides off, I ask him, when did he say that we're going to be reaching this tomb?
He didn't.
Okay, I'm going to relay that we probably should start looking into finding shelter very soon, or the ash cloud is going to catch up with us and we're going to start coming into issues very quickly.
What? Wait, how much time?
Soon. By the looks of it, looks like it might be within the next day or two.
It was only 10 miles away, or 20 miles away. If we're going 20 miles per hour, we'd be there in an hour. If we're going half of that, we'd be there in 2 hours. If we're going a quarter of that, we'd be there in 4 hours.
NPC A is traveling at 20 miles per hour. NPC B is traveling at 10 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Cart C is traveling at 15 miles an hour.
When you joined up with the caravan, there are people on foot, so it is going at a slower pace.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If it was a quarter of that, we'd be making it in 4 hours. If it's an eighth of that, 8 hours.
Well, even at 2 miles an hour walking, we'll be there in 10 hours. Hypothetically, of course.
Hypothetically, of course.
Of course. Anyways, moving on. Sorry about that there.
Did you want to go talk to Kel right quick before? That's fine too. Whichever way you want to do it.
Will marry me?
Doesn't matter to you?
I'll fall back and...
Fine, Kel. He is getting them into shape a bit. The music's sounding a little better from that wagon.
I motion him over, or kind of...
By the way, feel free, Dermot, to be like, hey, the princess over there. Because you're probably not too concerned about this whole deal. You're like, all right, you're just sort of humoring me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you step down from whatever you're doing?
I'm just chumming with these buddies on the cart, so...
I'm kind of making eye contact with you, trying to get you to come down or come to me, or...
I would come over if you started making eye contact.
So, Andara sent me over here, and I can't remember why. Oh, yes. Yes. Do you know anything about... What was it called again? Kel...
Kel.
What?
Cara Dune.
Cara
Cara
Dune. A place called Cara Dune.
Do I?
Let's see. There we go.
Well, it's an old dwarven family name, wiped out by a curse long ago, from what I found out.
What kind of curse?
I don't know. It's not written.
A deadly one?
Interesting. Well, that's where we're heading.
We're heading to a place wiped out by a curse.
Yeah.
Let
Apparently.
me ask the brothers.
Yeah.
Maybe James would know more.
When you, how do you ask?
How do I ask James?
Yes, I would like to hear how you ask about this.
Softly.
Because this isn't something you found out from them. You remember when you hear Cara Dune, you remember that sparks a memory. You remember hearing this from someone, probably someone from your childhood.
Oh, I heard this. This is my
Yeah,
knowledge.
this is your knowledge.
James, about that tomb of Cara Dune, do you recall anything about a curse?
He looks a little wide-eyed. No.
Interesting.
What kind of a curse?
I was just asking.
Apparently it's a dwarven curse. Yay me.
You're not a
Yes.
dwarf, are you?
No, sir. Of course. Curse?
Don't worry about it. Dwarves.
He looks a little paler now.
Better than being killed. La, da, dee, da.
I just start shaking his head. All right.
What else have you found out up there? Dermot?
We're apparently going to be coming, or it's guarded or haunted. I don't know. There's a ghost or something.
Ghosts and a curse?
Oh, don't worry. That's why I'm here. Ghosts are my specialty.
Oh, that's comforting. Do you drink them?
James looks at
Haven't you ever had
Kel's
this
beratement of
come
you and looks back at you, Dermot.
What's that?
He looked at Kel berating you and then looks back at you.
They don't call them spirits for nothing, I assume.
Exactly.
Hey, it's a spirit. I prefer beer, but I can deal with any spirit.
Just give you a bottle.
Ghosts are
Try-
considered undead, right?
Try and stay sober on this one.
Yeah. If there's anything that's grown up in the moon near the Moondale, I can never remember. Taught me it's how to deal with the undead.
Glad you're on our side.
And I pat the gem in my axe.
Ah, wink.
Okay.
Don't worry,
So-
James. Dermot's got our back.
He just looks, nods, but you can tell he's still pretty concerned and thinking. For once, not about his layabout sons. He doesn't add anything else to the conversation, though. The boys do seem to be talking a little bit about the cursed thing, but they're laughing it off.
Can I you know what? I want to reassure James a little bit more. I want to kind of be like, oh, my other friend's a cleric. Don't worry, she's pretty awesome. Just kind of like laying it on thick, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to lay it on thick, but she's a cleric. Just kind of brag about her.
Let's see. Okay. He nods along with what you say.
Okay.
You can't really tell whether you convinced him of much or not, but you did lay it on pretty thick.
Okay.
So he either saw through it as BS or is fully convinced now and not worried anymore.
Either way, mission success.
Right. All right.
It's Andre.
No, it's not.
What's me?
Nothing.
My microphone was muted.
Oh,
So it's not him.
Let's
But-
return to this performance by these brothers. Let's get them into ship shape here.
Okay. You're focusing on that?
Yeah.
So he turns back and starts working on them, trying to get them prepared. I'm assuming you're probably going to be putting on a show tonight.
You see right through me.
Are the tunes of anything that I can recognize from here?
No, not from here.
Okay.
Dermot, are you planning to return to Andara with your information? Or just leave her hanging?
Yeah, I'll head back up. Before I go, like, do you know any dwarven drinking songs?
In Care Doom.
Oh, who am I kidding? They're all drinking songs.
Who you gonna call?
Hey, so yeah, we don't really understand this one, but we got it memorized. We caught it up in a tavern once. This old dwarven trapper came through, and they start singing a song that would put a dwarf sailor blushing. They don't know what they're saying, but you do.
Oh my. Yeah. You definitely don't sing that in front of any dwarfs you're not friends with. Or you know what? Even the ones you're friends with, I wouldn't.
What did you say about my mother?
You can tell from listening to it that the dwarf that taught the song to them was trying to be insulting.
Yeah, I think you might have been had. Anyway, I
But
got
it
to
sounds
go.
so nice.
Oh, it don't.
So did he just tell the brothers to play this?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was having them sing a dwarven song. They started up on one, and anyone that knows dwarven just heard the worst pieces of obscenities coming out of their mouths in dwarven.
So I just probably bust out into laughter.
Yeah.
Just laughing at these boys focusing.
I think I know Dwarven.
Playing it like in like an epic
epic
ballad or
ballad, yeah.
something. Yeah.
like serious, and I'm just
Yeah.
Hang on
laughing
a
my
sec.
butt off. Okay. Then that's what I do. I just laugh in the cart just as loud as I possibly could.
And it's like the dwarven equivalent of Man from Nantucket.
Am I
exactly.
am I close enough to hear from where I am?
When they start bursting out into this one, they take a lot of pride in it. So yes, everyone in range is hearing this.
Okay.
Luckily, only the party, or key members of the party here, know Dwarven. So you hear them bust out into the Dwarven version of the Man from Nantucket, yes.
Oh, please stop! Never sing that again.
I know
gotta
Dwarven.
Go. I gotta go.
So Andara just has this look of disgust on her face. She's like, that's disgusting.
But an old Dwarven trapper taught the song. We asked him for a song from his homeland. He said every time he sang this, he thought of home.
I don't think he liked his home that much. That's probably why he's a dwarven trapper. There's only a couple of us.
Just nods.
The melody is nice, but the words are
Who are you talking to?
not so much. If anyone was around that was in the cart, if Vakout's there.
Yeah.
I just kind of look up and I like look over at her and I'm like, what are you talking about?
That song.
You're like
Never
singing
mind.
along
that-
with it.
That noise that's over there, yeah, I don't have a clue what they're saying, and by the look on your face, I'm probably glad I don't.
Yeah.
It sounds nice to anyone that doesn't know what they're saying, though, Vakaut. It does sound like a good song.
You know, just to throw this into another notch, I'm gonna listen to it for a second. And I'm gonna try to put it to words in Washi.
What's this song?
So you're making a Washi version of the song that sounds like what it would in Dwarf?
Do you
Yeah.
understand, Dwarf?
No.
So how
No,
does
he
that
doesn't.
work?
Yeah.
So I'm just like mindless rambling.
He's making washy words along with this melody.
I
Okay.
found the song. I looked it up, guys.
I'll look at it on the next.
I hope your version is a little more family oriented than that version. I say.
Family oriented. Why? What are they saying?
All kinds of filthy things.
So
What do you want me to go back there and then tell them to stop the noise?
it has
No,
ceased. by
that's
this
not.
point.
Okay.
That's not your place.
So the brothers turn to Kel and ask him to teach them a song that something else that we can sing at the festivals then, because this was a hit.
If at any point you
It's
see,
the best one we know.
You didn't get very many dwarfs visiting.
if at any point, Kel, you make eye contact with me, I'm giving a thumbs down for that song.
Well, wouldn't you be upset because you would be thinking Kel taught him that since he was over there trying to help him?
She would just probably hear me cackling while they were playing it. She might think I taught him that.
Especially with what I had planned.
I'm just giving a thumbs down in disapproval.
So I'll head back up to Andara near the front.
All right.
I'll try and teach him a respectable dwarf song that I might have heard.
Okay.
Maybe the Mithril Halls dwarves taught me something. I don't know.
I'm sure you've got one. And they can command the pronunciation fairly well with working with this one. Apparently, he really sat down and taught them how to correctly pronounce every word in that song. So,
For maximum offensiveness.
yes. They wanted to make it sure that they knew what they were saying, right?
So, in other words, you're saying is that dwarf was very upset at the bard's horrible playing. To make sure he taught him anything that get him beat down.
Effectively, yes. So, you ride back up to the cart with Andara, Vakaut, and Ardo drawing his pictures of Cobblestone, the town Ardo hails from. It's written down over here for future reference, Ardo.
So is
That
ours
was the-
in the back of the cart or what? What is
yeah,
it
he's
doing?
in the back of the cart drawing pictures of his childhood home.
Ah,
A box.
can he
Empty
draw?
street.
Is this a skill he has, or?
Sure. Why not?
So, Andara, apparently, from what Kel can recall, this place is cursed.
I just
Cursed.
stopped. I just stopped sharpening my sword and I just look up. What?
Well, maybe not the place is cursed. Sorry, I get that wrong. The dwarves that used to be there were cursed.
So, to assist you with this, you come back up to them and say, you say what you said to
Yeah.
her.
Mhm.
And
I'd probably keep it a
Yep.
little bit hushed, like depending on who's around. Having gauged what's his face's reaction from previous.
okay, little bit hushed. So you didn't just come up and just blurt it.
No,
Okay.
like if there's the mayor is probably the only one that I would be comfortable with hearing it.
It's cursed. The whole place is cursed.
We're all going to die, but it'll be a great death.
Great death, glorious death.
No,
All right.
I
So
was
since you
right.
didn't blurt it, you only caught 2 people looking over at your direction when you said it.
And if they're
If I see them looking, I just do like the motion of he's drunk. You know, like.
And just out of curiosity, the two people that look over, are they both in the cart? So Ardo and I both snapping out of what?
No, I didn't actually roll a listen for you. I imagine he was not trying to be that quiet, were you?
Who, me?
Were you trying to whisper it to Andara?
No.
That changes things. No? Okay, you and Ardo were within range to hear it fine.
I'm definitely not screaming. I intended them to hear it. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It's cursed. The two that
fucking die.
of the two that saw me, I'd be like, oh, don't worry. It's just dwarfs, so I'm the only one getting screwed here.
It's just a wee curse.
Just a wee curse, just like my friend over here, drawn.
So, knowing that it's cursed, do I get anything else from Cara Dune or anything like that? Putting that into the equation of figuring out this place?
No, sir. Ma'am. Whatever.
Both.
Sir, man.
Okay. So I'm sort of thinking about it still. I'm like, Cara Dune. Like, maybe that's the name of the curse. The tomb of Cara Dune. Maybe the curse is called Cara Dune.
Well, Cara Dune is definitely a dwarven name. It's not. Doesn't have any meaning. It's a name.
Curses can be named after people.
But would a dwarf name it after a dwarf?
Only a lore master knows.
I just sort of sigh and I'm like, well, thanks for the info.
Oh, it's about time we kind of had some adventure where we could
I just
actually
raised an eyebrow, like,
Where-
with
where
my
we
eyes,
weren't-
like, are you serious?
where we weren't running for our lives.
It just escaped the Underdark.
Yeah.
What? We need some more adventure. The Underdark wasn't enough.
What party have you been in? It's been a busy couple of
Did you
days,
not
I'd
listen?
say.
I said, well, we
What
weren't
part of
running
I would
for our
like to be in a
lives.
town do you not get?
Oh yeah, all full of it. As I walk away.
Okay. I imagine this is enough to calm your. Did you 3 in the cart wish to have any further discussion right now?
I think I'm going to light some incense and start praying after hearing this.
I just say, well, our choices are get consumed by whatever that smoke is that you're talking about.
Oh, put that
Master
smelly
Hobgoblin.
shell away. I can't smell anything with that out. Or all I smell
just-
is that
I'll
crap.
I'll just turn around and reach into the back of the cart, grab some ale, and toss it to him.
Oh, don't give me that swill.
I grabbed the barrel and I put it on the end of the cart and said, "Come drink your worst."
Don't make a mess of my cart. I know it's not my cart, but it's our cart now. But keep it clean.
If I have to keep it clean, I gotta get rid of the halfling.
Of the two, I'd probably say you're the strangest and filthiest.
I think I was the last one who washed because I can sure smell you from here.
You may have been the last one to wash, but you're still the smelliest. I think I
At
could.
least the was he a halfling? Is Ardo a halfling?
Yeah.
At least the halfling isn't trying to collect pieces of random goop and put them in my cart.
Well, this is our cart now, remember?
Well, that's up for debate. It's our cart. You are not excluded in the we, or you are not included in the we.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a harsh blow.
I grab my sword and my.
He just called me smelly, didn't he? Out of character.
I
Was he
grab,
talking about someone else?
I grab my stuff and I leave the cart.
I was pretty sure he called me smelly. So
He did. He did.
okay, yeah.
So you're on foot now?
Yes, I am walking.
Okay. You seem to have insulted Vakaut.
How fast is he walking?
Seems to have insulted me.
Seemingly slower than I initially thought.
Half the speed that he would be going normally, but it's still enough to keep up with most of these people.
Okay, is it strange for someone his size?
Yes, it is.
So I think it's strange.
Yeah, you think it's strange.
Make sure you take all your crap off the cart.
Can I experiment on him without him knowing?
That depends. Is a scalpel involved?
Good news,
No.
everybody.
You have a new arm.
Quite possibly you could. Depending on what you do. I mean, there's enough distance that he might not know you're doing something.
Wouldn't he still get a save against it though?
My character in this point would be deep in thought, grumbling about being insulted, and now singing of home and washi.
Suddenly, a dying animal erupts from the center of the camp. As you hear this wonderful
Stop
song.
singing.
I am humming it to myself, not screaming it at the top of my lungs.
Oh, okay.
I want to grab that spell book.
All right.
I want to look at Vakaut intently.
Okay.
I'm going to flip to that page that I want to flip to. Rip that page out and cast that spell on him.
All right. Now
Just
we're
to
going to
see
have
if
to
it works.
just to see if it works.
Do you make a paper airplane out of the page and throw it at him?
No, because when I rip it out, it like bursts into flames.
Oh, okay.
So back in the back, you pull out that spell book, rip out that page, say some words and make a few gestures, and suddenly Vakaut,
Catches on fire.
you notice something drops from your pack.
Oh god.
I'm gonna just stop and look at it. What do I see?
You see behind you on the ground a black polished stone.
Aha! I say out loud, don't pick that up. I
I
yell from the
jolt real
garden.
quick and I look over and I just kind of point at the rock and I see him just shaking his head no, right?
Well, I just yelled out, aha! Don't pick that up, and I'm pointing at you.
I
He
am
hasn't been
going
within range.
I am going to head over to kill while they're heading their direction. Do I notice that I am walking faster? I did not pick
Yeah,
up the rock.
Right, you are walking faster now, you notice.
I get over to kill and I was like, "What was that? Did you throw something at me?"
I saved you.
Well, at least I can seem like I'm moving faster again. I don't know what it is, but thank you.
I believe you were.
You
cursed.
notice an old, hunched over woman on a cane comes up and picks up the stone.
It's all yours, I say.
And I'm just sitting there watching this.
And you see her turn the direction of the group of people heading. But it doesn't look like she's moving anymore.
I also turn and look at the group, kind of like to ignore her.
Oh,
Blinders are on. She's an
Wow.
old woman, you said, right?
hmm
It's an old woman.
So, do I notice that she's like moving quite considerably slower?
Yeah, she seems to be moving a lot slower. You see this little girl run up beside her. Grandma, Grandma, and grab her hand.
And start trying to pull her?
Yeah.
How
And
fast
stays-
is this poor old decrepit woman moving now?
Well, you see her and the kid are just being passed by everyone now.
No one is they're not moving.
No, they move to get out of her way. Let her pass in between.
I'm gonna look back at Kel and say, what was that?
What was what? Sorry?
That shiny rock. What was it?
It's a shiny rock.
How come she's not moving now?
She's old. Clearly. Look at her. Hideous.
Well,
I like the hideous comment. That was good.
I just, I can't. We can't leave her. She's going to die. Yes, I know that states the obvious, but
Well,
we cannot
old
leave
people
her.
do die.
I know this, but we can't leave her to die alone. And think of the poor little girl with her.
I like look beyond Vakaut to see the little girl with her. Leave
Well,
Grandma.
she's-
Hurry up.
She is
Leave
moving.
Grandma.
What?
She is moving.
Yeah, she's
like-
moving.
So now she's moving. Oh, she's moving.
Yeah.
Look, she's fine.
She's going about 5 feet per round.
She's just old. Look at her. She's old.
Do we notice anyone in the caravan has noticed that she's missing now, or do we hear anything going on from any of the other?
No, everyone's just kind of dodging her and continuing on. But you've also passed by now a long ways. You can't really see her very well in the back there.
She's just old, Vakaut. Leave her. She's old. Old people move slow.
I just can't leave her.
What do you mean you can't leave her? Old people get old.
I know old people get old, but I can't leave her to be killed by that. And I just point at the cloud.
Killed by what? And I look up at the cloud.
You see a large dark cloud.
How did you get killed by a cloud?
Because it is going to drop. It is going to descend, and we are going to have starting having the snowy thing that is going to kill us if we are not inside.
Excuse
And I am
me?
saying that in a low tone that is only able to be heard by Kel.
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
Let's see about that.
I say, excuse me?
No,
Oh, and he froze.
it wasn't only heard by Kel.
How can it not only be held by Kel? He's in a freaking cart with bars that are singing this outrageous
I know.
song.
This
But you didn't
outrageous song
notice
is too loud.
right beside the side of the cart,
Was
a
born.
little kid pops up and says, "The sky is falling," and runs through the crowd screaming something about the sky falling.
Calm down, kid. It's okay. Get in the car. What?
It's gonna kill us all. The sky is falling. The cloud's going to fall on us.
Don't worry about the kid. Don't worry about the kid. Just leave the kid. What's your problem with the old woman? Just leave her. She's old. She's not helping anybody. I mean, she's lived a long life. Look at her. She's like, what, 30, 40,
30.
60?
Chicken Little, get back on this cart right now.
How old is that woman, by the way?
Yeah.
Like Granny?
Yeah, Granny.
She's old. Look at her. She's like wrinkly and you know.
I'm just gonna tell him I can't do it, and I walk over to the old lady.
Vakaut just stops and starts walking back. You walk through all the crowds of people looking for this old lady. You notice you make it all the way through the whole caravan.
I muttered to myself.
You
"I
find
think he's
her-
just attracted to ugly things.
Way in the back, she's been left with the little kids beside her still holding her hand, and they're both moving about 5 feet per round.
Mhm.
You get over to her, and she's, "I found this rock."
I just asked her. I said, "You're seeming to be left behind. Would you like some help? Let me get you to a cart."
You don't see any carts in close proximity.
I just mentioned to her we need to get back with everyone else.
She just nods, "Of course," and starts walking along.
And about every 4 seconds, I'm taking one step.
Yeah, basically.
And so we walk for about a minute. And I just ask her, would you like some help? And I look down at the little girl. Did I help your grandma?
And she just nods. And the grandma's, it's a nice shade we have today.
So just stepping. I
You can
asked
see
her-
the trail end of the caravan up ahead now.
Mhm. I just asked her if I can pick her up. I'm only going to carry you back to the caravan. We're going to put you on a cart.
She says, sure, she's young enough. I don't think she'll mind. She'll get tired.
Well, yes, but I'm concerned for your safety as well.
Well,
I
you
would
asked
like
if you
to-
could pick her up. I don't think she'd mind.
I asked the little girl, can I pick you up real quick?
Just looks at you. And she kind of nods, but she's...
And I just tell her, don't worry, we're not leaving grandma. And I pick her up and I put her on my shoulders. And I put her hands on my ears and said, here, hold on to these.
She does. You notice she starts trying to stare you.
I did not pay the little girl any attention at that second. And I asked grandma if I can pick her up.
Well, you just did.
Grandma, not the little girl.
What? How
Yes.
do you ask her? Say it. Say like you're saying to grandma.
Can I pick you up and assist you getting back to the caravan so I can put you on a cart? Your granddaughter will be with you. We can get away and get back to the shelter that we're heading.
She looks over at you. She just, well, why, yes. How kind of you.
And I very carefully and gently pick up grandma. And then I start heading back to the caravan at a brisk pace.
Holding on to you. It's been years since I've been swept off my feet.
As I said, I make a brisk pace back to the caravan.
They are quite a distance ahead of you. It seems that they're moving faster now. You think in the distance you hear someone yelling, this guy is falling.
Okay, out of character real quick. Explain to me the mechanics of Stone of Weight. It is on not my person, so I should not be incurring the speed penalty.
Well, you kind of took her into your possession. I'm kidding.
Hey,
I'm kidding.
bullshit.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. No, that's what I was saying. Explain to me the mechanics of it. When you're saying
It just slows her.
yeah, so I can still move.
Yeah.
And I'm moving now back at a pace
Now-
of
What I meant to say with this is the caravan's pace has seemed to increase, and you hear something about the sky is falling.
okay.
Okay.
What is now my question to you is what is their speed at the moment now?
It's not yet breakneck.
What is the feet per round?
You can easily catch them.
Okay,
You'll have caught up with them.
I move at 40 foot now.
Mhm.
I'm not doing a run, but with a
They're
brisk.
doing about 30, so you're going to catch up.
So if I'm doing 40 with a brisk speed, what would be my brisk pace? Because I'm not running because I have the girl on me, but I'm walking fast.
Okay, so you're not moving your full 40 then. You're going like 35.
Okay.
Okay.
You should
So
have
the little girl's like really happy, you know, she'll like twist your ear and
Revving it.
yeah.
He should have full movement unless he's encumbered.
And I can
Well, he
still
said
move.
he's not. Well, that's not running. Running will be doing 4 times that. You're correct. Thank you. So yeah, you're going to catch up fine. No problem.
What? How long? I guess my question is what am I currently moving at? If the caravan's moving at 35 feet, how
Then you'll have-
long?
They're moving at 30.
There's entirely
How-
too much math in this episode.
I know.
Yeah.
If
How long do it- how
NPCA
long
is
does it
moving
take
at this,
How long? Okay, to make it
you will catch
simplistic,
up.
how long does it take me? How many rounds till I catch up?
We don't really do this in rounds anymore.
Thank you. Okay.
You'll catch up shortly.
Okay.
I was gonna say, more importantly, does it matter?
Problem solved.
Okay.
You
So
will catch up
I catch
eventually.
up to him and I deposit
Don't-
little
Shortly.
grain.
Shortly. We're coming back to you. You're doing your thing back there, being revved by a little girl while you're carrying Grammy, sweeping her off her feet. So, back to the rest of the party. Vakaut's off being Superman, which has definitely caught the attention of Granny. Let's go back to, we haven't had anything out of Ardo in a while. He seems to be writing his memoirs.
Last will and testament.
Did you have anything to say, Ardo, or are you still just writing?
No, I'm watching. I got my eye on that rich, that fat guy riding that donkey. Just kind of
Okay.
scoping out what he's doing.
Found his mark.
You see a
Yeah.
kid gets a little too close to the donkey. He kicks at it.
The rich guy kicks the kid. Nice.
The kid just flies across backwards of the
I
caravan.
think he found his mark.
Someone else for Vakaut to grab.
I just catch the kid like this and just put him on my
The
arm.
kid
He's carrying the whole caravan by himself at the end.
gets knocked over and narrowly gets out of the way of being crushed by a wagon wheel. The man scoffs at it and trots the donkey along a little fast. The kid was almost crushed by a wagon wheel. Yes.
I know, but the man scoffed at the wagon wheel or the kid?
Did he actually get kicked by the donkey?
Huh?
Did he actually
By the
get
guy.
kicked by the donkey or the guy?
No, the man on the
Oh,
mule.
okay. I thought
Guy
the
kicked
donkey
the
kicked
kid.
him. I'm like, well, the kid's dead if the donkey kicked him.
No. The kid got too close, and the man kicked the kid, knocking him in the way of the wagon, but he got out of the way of the wheel just in time. The man seemed to think it was funny.
Sounds like a real ass hat to me.
How far back was I from this? I was out of contention, right?
Yeah, you're way out of the way of
Yeah.
this one.
Good.
Hey, does Kel see me from here at this point yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
So you-
I'm distracted with the bros. The
Yeah.
Gethin bros, they're kind of terrible.
Yeah. He's working on them, though. No, that's it, Ardo?
Yeah, that's it. I'm just watching him. I'm making up
And
my
Ar-
mind, pretty much.
Okay. Andara?
Nothing. Just keeping pace.
Okay. Dermot?
Same thing.
Same thing? All right, then. We'll have Vakaut, you actually catch up fully this time. You come up on you're seeing a cart off to your right. It's pretty much full of supplies. A couple of the farmers' kids are in the back of it. Not much room in this one.
I'm going to keep going. I'm going to head back up to the cart where with Andara.
Okay. So you see, okay, you truck on past everyone. You get up to Andaria's cart, holding this old woman with a little girl on your back. Andaria, Ardo, you see him approaching. He's found an old woman and a kid.
We're actually due for a break, so let's find out what happens as he approaches when we get back.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everybody, for watching on Twitch. We'll be back in a few minutes. Those of you on YouTube, tune in tomorrow. Click like, subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you in a bit. Thank you.